In this chapter, we're going to look at the different operators that Ruby contains and how to use them in expressions. And in this lesson, we're going to start with arithmetic operators. So the first thing we're going to do is open the Ruby shell. The first operator we want to look at is the addition operator, which is the plus sign, and it's used exactly as you think it's used. The addition operator, as well as the other arithmetic operators, are what are called binary operators, meaning that there have to be two operands, or two values, on either side of the operator for the operator to work correctly as addition. After the addition operator, we have subtraction. And here I use floating point numbers to demonstrate the difference. After subtraction, we have multiplication. And we also have division. So those are the four major arithmetic operators. A fifth operator that is sometimes used is the modulo or modulus operator, and that returns the remainder of a division. So for example, 3 modulus 2, the percent sign is the modulus or modulo operator, will return 1. Let's look at 4 modulus 2. That returns 0. So you can see that 2 cannot be divided evenly into 3. We have a remainder of 1, but 4 can be divided evenly by 2, so we have a remainder of 0. Another operator that can be used is the exponent or exponential operator. And that works like this. If we want to raise 2 to the 4th power, we'll write 2. So the exponential operator is 2 asterisks combined, like 2 multiplication signs. And that raises 2 to the 4th power. One of the interesting things about arithmetic operators in Ruby, although this is true for all programming languages, and math in general, or arithmetic in general, is that the operators have an order of precedence. So for example, if you see an expression like this, you might think that 1 plus 2 is performed, and then 3 times 3 is performed. But watch what happens when we evaluate this expression. We get 7. So clearly, the multiplication is performed before the addition. That's what we're talking about when we say order of precedence. Multiplication and division always have higher precedence than addition and subtraction. And exponentiation fits in there also. For example, in this case, 2 is raised to the 3rd power before being added to 1. If we want to modify the order of precedence, we have to put a sub-expression in parentheses. So for example, if we want to raise 3 to the 3rd power by adding 1 and 2 first, we would write it like so. The parentheses have to be cleared before any other operations are performed. So in this case, 1 plus 2 is performed, or the addition, to get 3, and then 3 is raised to the 3rd power to give us 27. These are the primary rules of the arithmetic operators. The most important thing to remember is the order of precedence when you have a complicated formula. Always remember that it's never a mistake to use parentheses either to change the order or to make the order clear to someone reading your program or even to yourself. It's better to be more clear than to be purposely obtuse, especially with a very complex formula that might be hard for a human to understand, but a computer or Ruby can compute quite easily. So that wraps up this lesson on the arithmetic operators and arithmetic expressions, and we're ready to move on to the next lesson where we're going to be discussing the relational operators, those operators that return Boolean values.